Rasengan.
This is your handsome King Nerdy Bear, and it's time for a voiceover chapter reaction to, it's the special one-shot, Naruto, the Whorl within the spiral. This will feature Minato. Alright, Minato Namikaze, one of my favorite Hokage, and my second favorite character next to Pervy Sage Jiraiya. And so here we go. These are very colorful pages. Oh wow, this is beautiful. So we're on page 1. We got a close-up shot of, looks like that's Minato. Looks like he's breathing heavily. And then we see on the next panel, looks like there are two tailed beasts that really want to duel it out. And it looks like their respective Jinchurikis. Okay, cool. This is really nice. So, looks like one of the Jinchurikis says, if you really want to fight us, you better bring Nine Tails Jinchuriki. And then, so we got the leader of the pack here. Looks like Jiraiya's hair. Yeah, that's Jiraiya's hair. Okay, he calls out, Biju bombs. We're retreating for now, Minato. And then Minato acknowledges, yes, sir. So we get a close-up of the two Jinchurikis there in the next panel. And then, of course, we got this wonderful title page, Naruto, the Whorl within the spiral. Story and art by Makeshi Kishimoto. Translation by Mari Morimoto. Lettering by Schneer Aaron. Okay, we've got page 4, Flying Raju Jitsu. Flying Thunder God. All right. We're making some moves here. And then we have a little white blink. And then it looks like the Biju bomb just teleported somewhere else away from them. And then we've got a shinobi. Oh, did we die? Is this the afterlife? And then we got a fellow ninja that says, relax, Denkai. Minato's flying Raijin simply teleported us away. And then looks like Jiraiya says, what a close call. And so Minato looks like he's having a little monologue here. So that's a Biju's power. And she's got one of them inside her too. And it looks like there's a bit of a staring contest between Minato and this little shadowy figure. Looks like the Nine Tails in a shadow form art thing. And then we see a voiceover here. Hey, new vessel. I can feel it. Your fear, your reservations. Do you understand? You are even more shackled than I am. And then looks like we're speaking to the Jinchuriki, who will possess the Nine Tails here. She has this reaction, and we continue the voiceover from Kurama. But I can free you. So. And then, of course, she wakes up. Ah! Wakes up from her bed. And then she says, that same dream. And the same old view. The usual two keepers. And so we go to page 7 here. What's on today's schedule? She asks these two guards of her. Don't I have sealing jutsu training with Namikaze Minato? Then, of course, she just looks into the distance. There's some beautiful butterflies. Beautiful butterflies. Ooh, okay. And then the two guards, shinobi guards, probably from Anbu, they advise her, you must not go outside the barrier. Umakaze Kushina. And then the voiceover of her reaction and the same line over and over. Then Kushina says, I know, I know. And then she just wonders and has, there's an image of Minato. I wonder when I'll ever get to be alone with Minato. And then more voiceover with some city area of the Hidden Leaf. I promise to go all out again today. It looks like Kushina. She says that she's talking directly with Minato. You pick up things real quick, Minato. And there are still tons of Uzumaki clan sealing jutsu we haven't covered yet. So, then Minato interrupts, sorry, Kushina. And then he responds with, I want to practice a different jutsu somewhere else today. I only came to tell you that. All right. We're on page 9. Are we going to see the birth of the Rasengan? Let's find out. So, Kushina is a bit upset she's being blown off, and she responds with, what kind of jutsu? Minato is trying to backtrack. Then Kushina has this death stare of being stood up. And then she asks, and where? Minato responds with, Training Ground 3. Kushina then responds with, some jutsu you can't tell me about? Minato says, no, it's still unfinished and pretty dangerous. I don't want to get you hurt. Kushina says, I see. Okay, fine. Minato just stumbled with, huh? You're agreeing with me? What? He doesn't really say that. He just says, huh? Anyway, page 10, we have Kushina just with this angry stare and expression that you're blowing me off. I mean, what can you expect from a redhead? Anyway. We got some little voiceover action, or actually not voiceover action, more like Kushina just upset she's being blown off for a secret jutsu that he's not revealing. So she responds with, if you don't want to spend time with me, just say so. We should call her a Karen here, but anyway. Minato then responds with, that's not the case. And then we get Minato being called. Kushina notices that he has friends. And then the ninja in the background, they say, we need to report our mission to Lord Third. Don't you make Team 6 wait. Want to invite Minato afterward? Do you think he'll come? Some girls gossiping there. Anyway. Oh, that's right, Minato says. Sorry, see you next time. And then Kushina says, oh. And then, of course, Kushina, she wants to chase her beau, her crush, on page 11 on the top panel. And then she gets stopped, of course, by the Anbu guard guy. Hold it! And then Minato is saved by his team. So he doesn't get, I guess, those mean faces from Kushina ever again, at least for now. And then Kushina is a bit disappointed and just wanted more Minato. She wants the D! Anyway. So, with Kushina, we get a voiceover from Any Farther, and you'll be outside the barrier. And we see an overhead long shot of a big spiral. Wow, that actually is pretty cool. The Uzumaki clan there really lives up to their symbolism there on page 12. Now we get to page 13. We see, looks like a cottage area place that Kushina is residing, with the background of an aqueduct, I believe. And so Kushina, she's having her little monologue moment. We came here as Ninetales vessels, but first and foremost, it looks like this is a flashback of her mother. Find love to fill your vessel with. Then, even if you make the sacrifice and become the Ninetales Jinchuriki, you'll be able to be happy. So it's like Kushina is a little girl, adorable little redhead little girl. And so she asks love. And then the mother, of course, she says yes. But you won't find love if you just wait around for it. And then she instructs Kushina, come with me, Kushina. Door opens, we get to page 15. Lady Mito, you should be resting, says the guards here, with the same Uzumaki clan symbol there. And then she responds with, there's something I want to show this child. It won't take long at all. And so we see Kushina here. It's like we're back to the president. She uses this sealing jutsu on the two guards. That freaking sucks. What the? Kushina's sealing jutsu. Hurry up and undo it. 16, the guards are having their struggles. I can't unravel it. Her power to bind is getting stronger as she gets older. And then we see Kushina just running. Looks like she's chasing after Minato because she wants the D. Anyway, so looks like Kushina is looking at the barrier borderline there. It's almost like she stares and closes her eyes. And then she steps out of the barrier. Good for her, good for her. That women empowerment, even in Naruto here. And then looks like we have the eye of Kurama, the Nine Tails, in a separate shot panel here. Yes, that's the spirit. You Uzumaki clan ninja are prideful of your swirly steel's power, but it's used you as much as you've used it. And now you are trapped and drowning in the spiral of time. And then we're on page 18. Looks like Kurama is talking a little bit more. Looks like he has like a bunch of chains, and he looks like he's kind of connected to some kind of rock. Or actually, looks like the nine tails, like literally his nine tails are like wrapped up into like some kind of rock formation with chains. But anyway, really good shot, really good little panel here. He continues on, I am the only one who can free you from those who did this to you. Don't forget your hatred. Don't trust anyone. Okay, Emperor Palpatine, Kurama, why didn't you just teach her the ways of the dark side of the Force there? So we continue on with Kushina, but I've got to, and then we got a shot of a panel of Minato there. Looks like he's ready to sneeze or something. Alright, so we looks like we're in a training session with Minato and Pervy Sage Jiraiya. Alright, love Jiraiya. My two favorite characters in one panel. That's freaking awesome. So it looks like Jiraiya, he responds with, it's either a dud or it discharges early. It's just isn't stable. Minato responds with, it's so difficult to control. Alright, we're seeing the birth of the Rasengan. So we're on page 19, in case you need to know. I've heard that when you need chakra, it helps to match rotations with the direction of a whorl of your hair. So perhaps that's a folktale, right? Says Minato. So Jiraiya's just doing a little bit more lecturing. No, not necessarily. I always visualize needing chakra in a clockwise direction, and my Whorl twists right. Then Minato says, okay, what about mine? Jiraiya just has this smug of a face there, and Minato asks, what's wrong? And then looks like Jiraiya just staring at the scalp of his hair and says, you've got two Whorls, one in each direction. And the Minato is like, what? Like that same exact facial expression that Naruto always does when he's surprised. Wow, like father, like son. So we're still on page, we already entered page 20 here. Minato responds with, so how should I need? I have no idea, says Jiraiya. Let's take a break. And then it looks like there's some popsicle sticks. Looks yummy, makes me want to have one myself. So Jiraiya splits one in half. He asks, which half do you want? Minato just says, doesn't matter. And so it looks like we get like an epiphany of some type of, based on the expression of Minato. And so Minato is thinking, if both are the same, we're on page 21, well, don't you want an ice pop? Gonna eat both, says Jiraiya. Then Minato has that epiphany. That's the key, Master Jiraiya. I should need chakra equally in both directions. And then Jiraiya says, yes, and looks like he ate both of the both of the ice pops, the popsicles there. Okay, cool. All right, good for him. So then we get this voiceover from, looks like Jiraiya himself. I've heard having two worlds is a sign of genius. What an incredible grasp of ninjutsu. And then looks like Minato has finally created the Rasengan. We get a panel here. It's taken form. I shall call it, on page 22, Ice Pop inspired Nimbus Jiraiya Twin World Sphere. Oh, okay. That. And so Jiraiya says, that's stupid long. What a poor taste in naming. Then Minato has to react, really? Well, in any case, you've completed the first stage of developing a new jutsu. I have another mission that will cause me to leave you for a bit, but, says Jiraiya, you should rest while I'm gone. Understand? Minato says, yes, sir. I swear Jiraiya's always on missions. Well, then again, this is like his ninja career here. So on page 23, looks like Minato is getting ready to pack his stuff. And then we got Kushina that's just spying like a creeper in the trees there. And then Minato responds with, huh? What are you doing here, Kushina? It's okay, you're here? Then Kushina says, Lord Third Hokage gave me special permission to go outside the barrier. Minato says, that's great, like the naive fool he is. I didn't see your guard, so Kushina says, never mind that. On page 24 here, she says, sorry about earlier that I yelled at you. Minato is just surprised, and he does respond with, no, I'm the one who should apologize. I broke my promise. And the Kushina says, that jutsu just now, you're working hard to hone it? And then Minato says, oh, you saw that? Yeah. She responds with, yeah. So Minato says, the truth is, I wanted to perfect that jutsu bad enough to even cancel our appointment altogether. Then Kushina just listens in, and then Minato goes on and says, because it's a jutsu I'm crafting to protect you. She says, huh? What do you mean? Minato says, we're in the middle of a war, and we don't know when you might be sent to the battlefield. That's why I wanted to give you a new jutsu that I specialized for battles against Biju and Jinchuriki, and works in concert with your own Jinchuriki chakra volume. So we're on page 26. He says, I don't want to lose you. And Kushina just has this expression like, oh, you care about me. So we got page 27. Looks like we get an extreme close-up shot panel of her eye that matches the Kurama nine-tail eye there, and looks like she's going to pass out. Ugh! The Minato has to check up on her and says, "What's wrong, Kushina?" It looks like we get the Nine Tails cloak almost, and Minato says, "This is Biju fixation." And so we got page 28, and then looks like he gets uppercutted somehow by a tail, like a chakra cloak tail of some sort. Man, that's a vicious uppercut there. Minato's sent flying. Gugh! He's bleeding, and then we've got like Kurama in the background. Looks like Kushina says, "Minato!" And Kurama says, "I told you not to trust anyone. He'll eventually come to use you." And then Kurama's just begging to be freed here. He says, "Now undo all my seals, and you'll be freed from my pain. You'll be freed from pain." Then Kushina's just shocked and just looking in the background and notices Kurama being the vicious mofo he is. And he responds with, "Or I shall possess and kill you." So we're on page 30 here. And it looks like we have a ceiling mark. Ooh, that looks very familiar. A throwback from the old Naruto there. A ceiling marking there, splat. And then Kurama says, "Ceiling Jutsu. By whom?" Okay, looks like it's the same exact marking that Minato used back in the old Naruto episodes. Cool, all right. From Naruto Shippuden, to be exact. Really cool, really cool. So then we're still on page 30 here. Minato checks up on Kushina. "Kushina, wake up." And then looks like he has his palm right at her belly of that exact seal he did. And then we see a closer panel shot of it on page 31. And then looks like Kurama's just been taken by surprise and bit bitter. The brat, he's not of Uzumaki clan, and yet he's augmenting the tetragram seal in his own style. A most powerful shinobi ranking alongside first Hokage Hiroshima. Unbelievable. I think Kurama just gave Minato a compliment there. All right, that's why he's my one of my favorite shinobi of all of Naruto, next to Jiraiya. So anyway, looks like not sure if this is Kurama still talking or Kushina, but looks like it's like a channeling type of voice from Kurama. "Why is a shinobi of your caliber fussing over this lass?" Then Minato says, "I like strong people. People stronger than me." It looks like he has his arm around Kushina there. That's very romantic. And then, page 32, he says, "That's why I love Kushina. I won't let you have her." And so we get a good extreme close-up panel shot of Kushina's eye, and then a close-up shot of the Uzumaki swirl there. And then now, page 33, we get an extreme an extreme long shot panel of the exact swirl there. Looks like we're in flashback mode here. Looks like this is explained by the mother here. "The Uzumaki clan is now scattered. We have lost everything. A clan whose members won the claim as shinobi with proficient life force and sealing jutsu from attuning themselves to swirling air currents. Our power became fodder for war, sinking us. and now our very existence is in danger of being sealed by those eddies. But our power brought about stability. This house and the family crest Jitsu formulation on its floor strengthens the sealing strength of Jinchuriki. When combined with the one outside, and then Kushina, little girl Kushina, says, am I really going to host Ninetales? You better believe it, sweetheart. She doesn't really say that, but anyway, we're on page 34. You are a strong child, even to me. You have much more lustrous red hair than me. She gives her a pat on the head of little girl Kushina, like she's some kind of pet. And then she says, is this what you wanted to show me? And then the mother, she responds, no, that is above us. And then looks like they go to this spiral staircase. Literally, she says, Kushina says, a spiral staircase? It looks like the kanji figure is noted as the heavens. So on page 35, it looks like the mother says, no, it's a Rasen, a helix, a helixtical staircase. Now let's climb it. And Kushina says, Rasen? And it looks like there's more dialogue from the mother. A spiral is flat and fixed. The Uzumaki form remains unchanging. But a helix is three-dimensional. And on page 36, we have, even if it seems like you're just going in circles, your attitude slowly changes, as does the scenery. And then looks like they're progressing more and more down the staircase. And then, actually they're going up technically. Okay, they're going up. Kushina says, what's at the top? And then she responds with the thing that is inside my vessel. And then we reach up to the top of this little monument here. Wow, this is really good artwork here. So Kushina says, wow, is this? Then the mother responds with, whenever it's difficult, I always come here and look up. This is inside of your vessels? Asks Kushina. Isn't this person your... And then the mother says, that's right, Kushina. We may be inside a spiral, but if you have the will to climb, you should be able to find love. And once you do, we're on page 38, and we see the monument, the it's like the Hokage mountain faces. On page 38, very beautiful shot. Really loving the artwork here. And Kushina's mother says, the spiral shall become a helix. Now on page 39, we see here more dialogue from the mother. It would be nice if you managed to see a different view one day, Kushina. And then she responds with, yes, ma'am. And so now her eyes are closed. Looks like we're now back to the present with her eyes wide open now. And then looks like Kushina has these chains of her sealing power jutsu that looks like they fire out and connect with Kurama, the Ninetales. Of course, technically you don't know Kurama's name until later on in Shippuden and the later chapters of Naruto, so I still call Ninetales Kurama. That's a cool name. So anyway, page 41, we got the Ninetales just struggling. Oh, God! And Kushina says, I am capable of resisting too. And then Ninetales is just looks like he's screaming, Kushina! It looks like Minato is watching all of this here. And then, ooh, she has that cloak aura thing there. And, oh, you get like the whiskers almost. Yeah, the whiskers, sort of. The markings of the fox whispers. That's really cool. Wow, I like that. And then we got Minato just, he says, "You've come too." And then she responds with Minato. Minato says, "Let's do this together." And then Kurama is just bitter at this point. "You brats!" Ah! And then we got page 43. Looks like Kurama's just having a battle with these chains here. It's like, geez, what? Are you kidding me? I'm losing to chains? Out of all the things, damn it. He doesn't really say that. I just want to add that caption myself. And so it looks like Kurama is like, hey. It's almost like he's submerged or something. He just takes a hard hit somehow, and then looks like that is Kushina. Looks like she kind of faints a little, falls down with those chains, just dueling it out with Kurama here. And then all of a sudden, it looks like, oh, Kushina's in her in a darker Ninetales cloak. I think that's technically 3 tails, 4 tails. Don't really know the technicalities. I might have to screenshot this, so you guys can comment below and tell me what kind of cloak form that is. And so Minato is just really shocked and borderline just frightened now. It's like, oh my god, what is going to happen here? And he's got blood still dripping from his mouth here. And then, oh wow, this is okay. Looks like in the on page 44 in the whole Ninetales chakra cloak that's embodied Kushina, looks like it impales Minato like right down the belly. Holy crap. And then Kushina says, Minato, you've done enough. Run. Get away from here. And then Minato says, I won't leave you. I'd never leave you. And he just looks, has that deathly romantic stare of stares there. And then on page 45, yeah, Kurama. Well, yeah, it looks like Kurama's channeling Kushina in her chakra cloak. Release your sealing hand. This one is my human pillar. You are irrelevant. The Minato says, no, you're wrong. And looks like he responds with, I can sense it. And Kushina's just amazed that he's able to do what he's doing right now. I'm amazed too. Wow, this is why he is one of my favorites. One of my favorites, next to Jiraiya. So we get like a flashback moment. We're still on page 45 on the bottom panel here. We came here as Ninetales vessels. But first and foremost, find love to fill your vessel with. Then even if you make the sacrifice and become Ninetales Jinchuriki, you'll be able to be happy. And then looks like page 46. Looks like Minato has been able to form that Rasengan. And then he says to the Kurama image here, I exist inside Kushina at all times. Page 47. Looks like a long shot panel here of the chains, just extended out. Well, they've already been extended out from Kushina all the way to the Ninetales, and looks like we're going to get some action here. We got a tail beast bomb that's formed by Kurama out of his mouth, just outside of his mouth. Looks like he's ready to fire it because he's just so pissed off. And so we got Minato. Then we got Kurama ready to fire his bomb on page 48 with a caption that says, "I will never." It's like we almost fade into the whiteness of existence, and then looks like Minato is going one-on-one with the Rasengan to block the Biju bomb. And then we have "Let you have Kushina." And then we switch over to, looks like we're at the medical here, according to that caption on the panel. Looks like Minato, he's bandaged up. Well, he takes after his son. Well, in this case, his son really takes after his father, always being stitched up, bandaged up, in bed somewhere. Yeah, really runs the family. And so we get on page 50 here, Jiraiya and Tsunade. All right. Minato, he's just surprised, huh? And then Kushina just hugs him tightly. And of course, Minato is, "Ow, don't you, oh, wow, ow." So yeah, he's in pain. He's in pain everywhere. It hurts everywhere. Page 51, Tsunade and Jiraiya. They witness this and have a little touching moment there. And then now we get Kushina and Minato all alone. Kushina says, "We can finally start training again. Hey, how about the jutsu from that day?" Minato says, "Yeah." And then she says, "It looked really similar to the chakra sphere Ninetales was trying to use, but how'd you come up with it?" And so Minato says, "I got to see a Jinchuriki's chakra sphere firsthand on the battlefield. I used that as a reference because I wanted to give you a jutsu that would help you stand up to other Jinchuriki." So on page 52, Minato, he says, "I call the jutsu the Ice Pop inspired Nimbus Jiraiya Twin Whorl Sphere." The Kushina says, "That's awful and way too long." The Minato says, "You think so?" And so Kushina says, "That jutsu is for me, right? Can I name it then?" And the Minato says, "Yeah, I guess so." And then Kushina says, "Could you come with me? I know the perfect place to think it over." And so, all right, we go back to that spiral staircase and back to the top of the monument there. And then Minato says, "Wow, I never knew such a place existed." And then we get Kushina looks at a butterfly that just comes to Minato. And then looks like here is the birth of the name Rasengan, says Kushina. And then Minato says, "Huh? For the name of that new jutsu? Well?" And then Minato responds, "Rasengan." I love that panel there with, you get in the background the second Hokage's face there with Minato. All right. And then on the last page, page 55, we see Kushina just look deeply. She looks directly, looks like at the first Hokage face statue. And then we end with, "Yeah, I like it." The end. Okay, well, very good special chapter while we wait for the Boruto Magna to come back soon, very soon. This is my filler here, my Magna filler. If you enjoyed this voiceover reaction, make sure you like the video, subscribe, share, ring that bell if you want to be notified of more of my reactions. Until next time, same Handsome King content, same nerdy bear reactions. Oh yeah!